Hey everybody, welcome to Art, Science, Nature, Knit. I am Natalie. I am Cool Water, Hot Sun, and it is January 7th, Monday. So welcome back. Thanks for coming back. It's great to have you guys. I love that you guys are loving it. Thanks to everybody who's been leaving awesome comments on the board, on the Ravelry board. And yeah, and hello if this is your first time. Happy New Year. And yeah, if this is your first time, you'll think this is totally normal, but if it's not your first time, you will be weirding out, right? Because we're inside. I know, very weird. But I wanted to show you my new knitting nook. This is a new shelf that I got, and we'll get into that a little bit, but I just have been, I didn't want everybody to get the wrong idea. I do knit outside when it's warm enough, but it's often cold. It has been extremely cold here lately. It hasn't been above freezing in over a week, I think. So I just want to let you guys know that I do knit inside quite a lot, and it's often in this spot. So this is kind of fun. This corner has been evolving. There's a south-facing window that way, so sun comes in. I got the shades drawn so I don't get glare. And these sky chairs have only been here about, there's another one right over there, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. And this works out perfectly because there's a bar right here, and I can clamp this lamp to it so I can get perfect light, and it's really comfortable. I was spending a lot of time sitting on the couch, and it was really hurting my tailbone, and this is actually pretty comfortable. I can put a sleeping bag in here when it's really cold, and I got a little bench right in front of me, the computer and the notes. I actually put a picture in last episode 7, so you can check that out if you want to see the long shot. Actually, maybe I'll put a picture here. That's what it looks like in real life. Yeah, so this was just kind of a crazy situation where I just had stuff piled up, and there was just crap everywhere, and I was looking and looking and looking for weeks. I had started out I had boxes that my grocery store has all these little tea boxes, Celestial Seasonings and Yogi Tea, and I had just pinned them to the wall, and there was just like all these boxes pinned to the wall, and I had stuff stuck in there, and that was just nuts. And now I have room for books, and I got lots of baskets, and baskets fit straight in, straight out. I've always wanted this. I feel like I'm actually a real knitter now because I have this whole cubicle full of colors, full of soft alpaca. That's a happy knitter. And then I can just put all my needle cases, and it's just awesome. It's so funny. I say to my boyfriend, I'm just going to pick this up because I need it right now and I'm going to use it. And then when I'm not needing it anymore, I'm just going to put it back. Instead of, sometimes I like to tease him and I say, will you just put this on the couch? And he thinks that's funny. That is funny. We got Romney. So I got like an active project. This is a basket. Each little cubicle has an active project. And then I got like the big basket over here that I just keep bags of projects in for various projects, of which we could probably get into right now. I have all kinds of hellos and thank yous and all that kind of stuff, but I think I'm going to switch it up and see if I can just put those later. So we'll do some knitting and all the future plans, and then some hellos and thank yous and other stuff, and then got a finished object field trip to go on. It has been cold, but not that cold, and yeah, so and then we'll go out in the yard and look around and see what other cool, fun animal sightings and other sightings we've been seeing. It's been so cold that the snow crystals have been making really, really interesting crystals, and so we'll talk about that. It won't be a big nature lesson, just a bunch of sightings and some little tidbits about how cold weather messes with crystals, makes different crystals. So yeah, I mean, it's been so cold, we made an ice sculpture. Do you want to see the ice sculpture? I'll put some ice sculpture stuff right here. So we just harvested icicles off of this. Some of the coolest icicles you've ever seen. And we're gonna make an ice sculpture out of them. But what happens is the snow creeps off of the roof and does this really awesome curl under.
Okay, I'm gonna make a symphony. You ready?
Okay.
Well,
keep going. Why do we have to get it off the roof? Because it's heavy?
It weighs a lot.
And here are the icicles that we just collected. So, that big long one's probably about 3 feet long. And we've got little ones too. Stay tuned for ice sculpture. Trippy, ice sculpture. So it's been really cold, but it hasn't been so cold that we can't go out and look at animals. So we'll do that later. And yeah, so just really quick, let's get into some of the meat. So grand conclusions, like I said, we have a finished object field trip at the end. But yeah, I finished an Afghan square. That was the last knit-along I was doing for my crazy KAL that the Stockinette Zombies were doing, and that's over. Thank God. I am, they ask you at the end to enter what you learned, and I learned that some deadlining is good for me, and some is not. Too much is too much, but some deadlines are good. They get me to finish stuff. So it was great to knit on a deadline, but I only think maybe 2 KALs or deadline knittings per couple months is plenty. So I mailed off the Afghan square to Squares of Comfort, which is a group on Ravelry, and also Brooklyn Knitter and Subway Knits podcasts were promoting this, people making Afghan squares for Hurricane Sandy relief. So here's a picture of my square. Very nice. And it went off in the mail on January 1st. And I think if you still want to do one, you can still do one. But that was the deadline for the KALs. So that's done. That's awesome. And so that's it for grand conclusions. So what is in the study phase? Let me just reach over here into a cubby and get out what I need. Crosswords at the coffee shop is really nice knit by Carrie Steinmetz, which I believe those KLs are just ongoing. I don't know of any. I think Knittables had a Harry Steinmetz knit along thread that is now closed. But if you want all the latest and greatest, don't listen to me. I don't keep up with anything, or at least don't broadcast often enough to keep you guys in the know. I don't have a picture. Anyway, here's crosswords at the coffee house, the coffee shop. And here is mine. I've done a few more rows since last time. I had done 9 and now I think I'm on 13. Yeah. And the pattern is starting to pull up. It's very nice. I'm doing this with Unwind Yarn Company's Voyage Aran in the Blue Jay colorway. The pattern is starting to show up. It's bright. This cool, the way that the yarn overs are forming these really cool square patterns on the diagonal. And it's blue-faced Leicester and the Aran weight. I have 2 skeins of that, which I'm not alternating because they're so variegated and they're beautiful. And doing those on my, what are those? Addy Turbo Lace size 7s. Pattern called for size 8, but I don't have 8s. I mean, I have 8s, but they're on a different project. So I actually ordered more tips for my Hiya interchangeable sharps set. Here's Unwind Yarn Company. She's so sweet. She sent a little lavender sachet with her order. It was really nice. So that's nice. That's really nice, easy knit to sit around and work on. The charts aren't too complicated. I've got them on my magnetic board. Super fun. And then I revived an old project. Just reached right in there. Did you see that? Just reached right into a cubby. Pulled it right out. And when I'm done, it's just gonna go right back in. So this, I have, okay, I promise, this time, if not before this episode comes out, I have been keeping track of this since last summer. And it's almost coming to a close, but I have a whole grand experiment to show you. But I just wanted to show you, I just revived. I want to finish this because the boy is 6 months old now, and this turned into, it was supposed to be for a baby, but it turned into it's a cardigan, a little cardigan. It turned into a, like a 1 to 2 year old size, but I've just bound off the collar, and it's really disappointing. I have to undo it. This side is laying flat, but this side, I had picked up too many stitches when I went to do the button band, and it's all ruffly. Ugh. So I'm gonna undo it. I'm gonna rip back a little bit, and on the cast off, I think I'm gonna knit 2 together as I go. I don't know. I'm gonna try to eliminate some of the ruffle on the button band for the boy. Anyway, I wanted to show this to you because I want you to remember this texture. Oh God, here. That texture. I'm gonna pull the curtain a little bit. Hang on 1 sec. Anyway, that is Gramps by Emily Wessel of Tin Can Knits. This is what it's supposed to look like. There he is. Cute, huh? Super cute. But yeah, like I said, I have a whole kind of like separate grand experiments episode for that. Hang on, I'm gonna pull the curtains a little more. Check out the sky chair! It's fun! Yay! So, I'll pull that back out, but I'm gonna imitate that same texture again in a different project. So it's almost done. Whew. It's been a long time coming. And then also in progress again is the jacket out of the knit scene. I haven't done anything else, but I just want to, don't forget about the cool project that is all of baby alpaca. I cut my finger, so aw. Baby alpaca textures. Anyway, I haven't done anything on that, but I can't wait to get back to it. I'm excited. I did get another color. I promise, next time I'll have progress on that. I promise. 4 panels, all different colors, in a slip stitch texture. All alpaca, soft, warm, light, yay. And then another thing in the study phase is, excuse me, Romney, could you just move over a little bit? Thank you. In this basket, this willow basket, it smells so good. It's actually made of willow. I started a new project. Yay! And I don't have it printed out, but I'll show you a picture right here. Again, another tin can knits, antler hat. For the man, wonderful man is desperate for a hat that covers his ears. He has a lot of really nice hats, actually. He gets compliments on his hats that I didn't even knit. And I said, if you buy a hat, I will be offended. So he said, okay, you better hurry up and make me a hat. So I'm making the antler hat out of Cascade Heritage Silk, which is 85% merino superwash and 15% mulberry silk, which is really, really soft. And I have not gotten very far. I'm holding it double because it's a fingering, and so even holding it double, my gauge was smaller. So I did the math, and I thought, I totally screwed the math up. I thought I had exactly half the gauge of the pattern gauge, and so I doubled the stitches, and it turned out way too big after I'd done some ribbing. So right now this is about a little more than a half an inch of 1x1 ribbing, but I did have about 1.5 inches of 2x2 ribbing, but then I put it on waist yarn and realized to fit it to him, huge. It was like 58 stitches too big. The pattern calls for like 106, and I put on 212, but that was easily 50% too many. So I went back and looked at my notes, and sure enough, I had totally done simple math very wrong. So I thought about steeking it, cutting it, but that would waste a ton of yarn, and it's gonna be, I better hurry up. But I want to hurry up because I want to put it in Columbus Crafter's ABC knit along. For this entire year of 2013, she's doing, each month you can knit a pattern that starts with a certain letter of the alphabet. So January is A and B, February is C and D, March is E and F, and so forth through the year. And I guess she's the new podcaster, Columbus Crafter. Check it out. She talks about it in her episode 3, and I think she's going to talk about it more in episode 4, which is up and coming. But I think she said you don't have to start it in the month, you just have to finish it in the month. So here's the swatch. Here's the lovely swatch. This is really nice stuff. I really like this. It is so bouncy and soft, and it's going to be washable. I actually have another project that I started, maybe some of you remember, a cardigan in really light blue. I'd like to get back to that too. But anyways, that's coming along. It's got those really cool cables, and I think I'll like it, and I'll go over his ears, and that's great. I'm just gonna put that right back because I don't need it right now. When I need it, it's probably gonna be right there, I hope. It's not on the couch. So, what was that? Yeah. So hopefully I'll finish that in January. And speaking of things, oh, I forgot to check. I almost always check all the groups before I record, but Hollywood Knitter and What Just Watching podcast Knit Along. I know, I'm pretty sure that they extended the Beat Nick sweater Knit Along to maybe to the end of January. It was supposed to go till January 10th, but I'm not going to get there, and I know some of the other gals are not going to get there, so maybe some people have already done. I didn't check the group recently, so I hope to. I don't think I'm going to finish it, but I do want to finish it soon. It's a free pattern by Nora Gone. Beautiful cables. I think it's really fun. I love cables. It does require some attention, but I've worked out a little system to keep everything straight, and it's working kind of good. I've got everything on my, it's really kind of neat. I'll show it to you. Big magnet, big magnets. So I got it on my, charts are crazy, and somebody color coded them, but even I had to go in and, you know, write the lettered code on the symbol for this particular cable, and then when I'm on that row, I have the written description where I put a magnet kind of above the one that I'm working on and above the one that I'm working on, so that I can just visually quickly refer, because I end up having to refer every single time to the pattern. There's a lot going on in this, which is great. It's fun, but systems. You gotta come up with systems. Okay, so with no further ado, I am knitting it out of Snow Leopard Trust Camel, and I ripped it out once because I didn't think I'd have enough yarn, and so I decided to put the natural on the sides where it has the moss stitch. This is the back, and then the blue. I have I'm alternating 2 skeins of blue on the back, and then I'll alternate 2 different skeins on the front because they were different enough that they were striping. So here's what we got, and it's really soft. Camel wool is really soft. So we got these cool horseshoe cables happening here, and then these, I don't know what other kinds of cables those are. Just basic cable with a cool twisted, the cables are crisscrossing, and then we've got this cool twisted one knit rib up the center of them. Coming out nice. Coming out real nice. Like it. So that'll just be over here when I need it, completely organized and completely available and not on the couch when I need it. So hopefully, I mean, maybe that knit along will just continue, since probably a lot of people will keep working on it even after January, but I'm gonna finish it. I'm excited. So that's everything that's in the study phase, and so let's go to what's in theory. In theory, lots of good things. So sweaters galore are happening. And I have ordered a ton of yarn, and hopefully then the next episode there will be a lot of hedonism and mysteries of the unknown and awesome stash show off. That is going to be great, because there's actually quite a few people who I think are doing year of sweaters for 2013, and it looks like I'm going to actually end up doing that too. And I'll talk about that in a little bit when I talk about other stuff. But yeah, I have planned and ordered yarn. So a little while back, Tin Can Knits for New Year's did a Share the Love. They gave away a free pattern. So I got this one, the lovely North Shore. Beautiful. Colorwork sweater, and I love it because it harkens to the Pacific Northwest, where I'm from. I've spent a lot of time out there, and I've been looking for a colorwork sweater for a long time because I have a ton of colors. As you can see, colors, yay! I mean, a lot of this is earmarked for gloves for myself and my man, but I'm gonna have all these colors, and I wanted to knit it up. So I ordered, so Webb's had an awesome sale. Again, don't look at me if you want to get on board stuff while it's happening. It happened, it's past. But they always have this deal going. I think they're yarn.com, but whatever. The more you order, the cheaper each skein gets. So I got a bunch of like Barocco Ultra Alpaca, which is normally $11 a skein. I got it for $7 a skein, $7.80. So if you order over a certain dollar amount, everything in your order goes down a certain percentage. It's really awesome. And so some of the stuff I was getting because it was being discontinued, but some of it was just the regular stuff that got a lot cheaper as you bought more, which turned out to be actually not a super huge ton of money, a way less. I mean, it knocked like $50 off. So I recommend checking them out if you're gonna go for sweater quantities, if you're doing sweaters in the new year. But yeah, for that sweater I have this, and this is about 500 yards, 549, and the entire sweater called for something like 1,200 yards, or like 1,000 yards for the main body. So I was gonna mix this, and I got Valley Yarns Deerfield in the soft chestnut texture, or soft chestnut colorway. So I was gonna do that same texture that I did on the baby cardigan, which if you want to know what it is, go watch the Grand Experiment video for this. But this is basically two colors changing every row. And one of the rows is a knit row, and one of the rows is a knit purl row. So it makes just this amazing texture that I adore, that I got from Rose Hiver, and she has a sock recipe that uses that, and she has amazing socks. So I'm gonna alternate a kind of like a dark brown chestnut with this kind of rosy. And this is a really nice yarn. This has, this is, what is this? Alpaca with a twist, baby twist, 100% baby alpaca. And it has flecks of blue and yellow and fuchsia to form this sort of really nice sort of like, I don't know what you'd call this, a soft burgundy. Anyway, I think it'll look good with a nice brown in that texture. And then I have all these other colors, and I ordered some other colors to make the patterns with, and I have another green coming along, so that's gonna be fun. And then I have had this pattern around for a long time. When I first started knitting a little over a year ago, I had bought that blue yarn, the Snow Leopard camel yarn, and I really wanted to make a sweater out of it. So I got this pattern from Blue Sky Alpacas, the Women's Aran. And I really wanted to make it with that yarn, and it was looking really great, but I realized I didn't have enough yarn. So, and then I also really wanted to make this out of alpaca, because I love alpaca. So, and I decided I wanted it to look really good. That other yarn's nice, but it's just really, it's kind of really varies in its thickness. And so I ordered, again, Webb's had discontinued colors of the classic Elite Inca alpaca, and I got Camacho blue. So it was only $4.50 a skein. Pretty good deal. And I can't wait to show it to you when it finally gets here. So I'm going to do that. That's on the plans. And then I ordered some North Ronaldsay sheep from Orkney Island in Scotland. And it is a rare breed. It is actually, I learned, endangered. There are only 300 to 500 individual animals, but I ordered this beautiful light gray. So because it's rare, it actually was a little bit hard to get. I mean, you could get it, but there were really only grays, dark grays, light grays. Some other websites had some light white, but they didn't have any of the really nice dark browns that I wanted, so it might be seasonal. But I ended up ordering it from the North Ronaldsay Mill Company, and their area on the island that also has a mill, and so a lot of people send their wool to them, but I got it directly from them. And so yeah, again, these sheep are very old. They're a almost 5,000-year-old breed, and they're ancestors to Shetlands and Merinos, and they eat only seaweed, unless so particular. Because they were walled off by farmers and people who wanted to use the pastures for more lucrative cattle in the 1820s. So they survived. Barely. So yeah, excited. I got the gray. I got 1,000 yards of the gray, and I'm gonna do a vest, and I am gonna have to modify and combine 2 patterns and maybe get a bunch of ideas from some other. I want to make a vest, and maybe I'll have to incorporate other vest ideas, but I'm hoping to she who has some of the most beautiful cable designs, cardigan sweaters you've ever seen. She has a great blog. Check it out. I'll link to it. But the two patterns that I really like the cable work on her pattern called the Berard. Here's Berard. And I'm hoping to mix it. It has the shaped collar, so I'm hoping to sort of modify it using a more, this other pattern of hers called Jurisfiction, and it has a collar. So I'm hoping to work the cable pattern of the Berard, but also work it up into the collar shape of the Jurisfiction. And I really want to put a zipper in, which I'm learning to do for my jacket. My jacket has a little hidden zipper, and which is really super cool. You knit in a little flap like in the back of your knitting for the zipper to be sewn into and hidden. Yeah, and I want it to be a vest, so I just won't do the sleeves. See how that works out. I can't wait to get the yarn. Can't wait to show it to you guys. And then I ordered a bunch of Barocco Ultra Alpaca because I already got on sale these skeins and skeins of discontinued colors at the local yarn shop here. So I needed more, and so some other unknown color work project is on its way. But yeah, here are some pictures. So the Ronaldsay sheep wool was a gift from Mr. Wonderful. He made this awesome card. Check this out. He just grabbed pictures off the internet and printed them. And he actually dove into my craft box and got my scissors, which make this fun edging, these fun pinking shears. And there's a picture of them on the shoreline. And this is going to be for Joanna of Knit Spin Farms Rare Breed Spin Along. And there's another gal, France A, who has commented on the Knit Spin Farm blog or thread, and also in the Art Science Nature Knit thread for the last episode, that she will be spinning it. So I can't wait. France A, what will it be like to spin it? I think she got some light colored vanilla. And check out that thread. People are going off. It's going to be so much fun. I think that's through February, so it should be fun. And then with all of the other scraps and colors that are left over, I got wrapped. Last Tuesday on New Year's Day. Thank you, Empty Knitster, who is Ginger in Billings, Montana, who is in the group. She's a member of our group. And she went into my queue and gave me the Frost Fangs hat. Cool, color work. Which is so awesome because I was like, I finished the For Good hat and it didn't quite fit. And I thought I really want a color work hat because I did a color work hat with last summer and it came out so great. And so thank you, Ginger. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. So I will have plenty of colors to do that with. And she also turned me on, showed me this really cool pattern, these hiker socks. She can't wait to knit. Look at them, aren't they cool? She said, oh, these are perfect for you. So thanks for that. That was really fun. And yeah, that was so much fun. I just wrapped her right back. She has beautiful shawls in mind. And so you should wrap. Wrapping is fun. Random Active Pattern by Carrie Steinmetz. That was her idea. It's really fun. So thanks again, Ginger. And so yeah, and then of course, so the other things, there's a lot of stuff in theory, which will become reality. There's a green on its way for my North Shore sweater, but also to be a contrast color for this, for gloves. This is Ultra Alpaca Fine, which is a nylon and alpaca blend. And then this other stuff for my gloves is a bunch of colors in Ultra Alpaca Light, which is 50% Peruvian wool and 50% superfine alpaca. So kind of a Barocco alpaca fan right now. I'm an anybody alpaca fan. So that, and then there's the Lady Edith, which I need to find yarn for. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the knitting. So, yeah, all that mention of knit-alongs and all that fun stuff. I guess we should just go right into the thank yous and hellos and all that stuff. So, real quick, I'm calling this peer review. Because, you know, like in scientific journals, you have to, in order for something to be sort of be validated, you have to publish in a peer review journal. So that's what I'm calling this segment now, peer review. But yeah, what else? I said Knitspin Farm is having, that's an awesome podcast. She's so funny. She's so interesting. If you like nature stuff, go check it out. She's doing like a solar calendar in her yard. She has turkeys. Oh my God. Awesome. So she is also doing a Walden read along. Yeah. There's just so many fun things in podcaster land. So check that out. And I mentioned ABC Knit Along from Columbus Crafter. That should be fun. And then, oh yeah, Multi-Craft Jewel gals, Libby and Jess Dodd over there. They remotely podcast together. They're Skyping, I think, and then, or Google Plusing, and then you see both of them talking to each other at the same time, but they're in different places. So, but Libby, the gal in Indiana, started this fun mail snail mail club, so you could go join. If you send her something, she'll send you something. And it's so appropriate because it's a little sheep standing out in the snow. Snow joke, it's freezing. How did you know, Libby? It's freezing. It's totally freezing. That's so cute. And she said that I should probably put this in a gold frame, which I fully intend to do. So there's lots of other fun things going on. Just because Christmas is over doesn't mean the reindeer games are over. We're still playing. We're still playing along. Actually, we just had, so the Canadian side of my family celebrates Christmas. We've always done Christmas on Christmas Eve, but in Canada, in French Canada, everybody just celebrates all the way through the 12 days of Christmas, and then January 6th is the 12th day of Christmas, and they call that Little Christmas. And so Christmas was really quiet here. We just hang out, and same with New Year's, nothing major. But 2 days ago on January 4th, still on the 10th day of Christmas, we had a big turkey dinner over here with a bunch of friends. So, and then yesterday was January 6th, the 12th day of Christmas. And I actually just recently learned that a lot of cultures celebrate Christmas on January 7th. Like many Russians, apparently. I don't know much more about that, but yeah, just because that's all over or past doesn't mean we're not still playing the reindeer games. So yeah, hop on board. And I know other people are doing mailings. I know Ski Knits she's in Hawaii. What's her? Oh, Single-Handed Knitter. She does a lot of mail. Joanna, I know, does a lot of fun stuff with mail. I know a lot of people are doing stuff with mail, so that's fun. And then again, Year of Sweaters. Polyknits of the Polyknits podcast, he's doing Year of Sweaters for his own self, I think. And then Knittables, Diane of Knittables, she's also doing Year of Sweaters. And then, yeah, if anybody else is doing Year of Sweaters, let us know. No. Who else is knitting sweaters? If you have a podcast and you're doing Year of Sweaters, or even if you don't have a podcast and you're doing Year of Sweaters, I'll probably read about you on the other threads, but yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to take a year to get through all those sweaters. I don't know how people do the sweater a month. That's just, they must not be knitting anything else. I don't know. I don't want to rush my sweaters. They're going to be precious. And then another fun podcast I've been watching is called Sticks and Stones. It's two gals, and they're super, super crafty. Like at Christmas, one gal was making these really neat folded paper tree ornaments out of dictionary pages, and the other gal spins and dyes, and then they were making decoupage jewelry, and they knit fun stuff, so they're super fun. And their KAL is they're knitting squares. So after I did the Afghan square, I thought, hey, more squares. And I definitely want to make towels and dishcloths. So they are doing all of the legwork for you, a bunch, for finding cool square patterns for dishcloths and Afghans. So check out their fun podcasts. They're really fun, and they're not super long, and they're fun little squares. KL, they've been doing it I think once a month, and they give several patterns to choose from, so that should be fun. And then one other blog that I wanted to mention is Susan B. Anderson wrote to me and said she liked my podcast. So hi, Susan. And so I checked out her blog, and she's got a lot going on. If you really like some of the nature notes here, she has really interesting stuff going on in Wisconsin. She's in Madison, and they just had a huge snow, and she has videos of them ice skating on lakes. That's the coolest thing. I always wanted to do that. When I lived in Colorado before, I could go up to the mountains and ice skate on these little tiny lakes, like barely even get going, but they have big lakes to skate on. So it's really cool. She's got videos of that. And of course, we all know she has awesome patterns. So, yeah. So that's cool. And we have, since you're watching, since you've made it this far, you've been so good. I wanted to mention again one more time that we reached 100 members, and so I decided to have a giveaway. And this is what's at stake. This is a hand-dyed in Humboldt County for the yarn shop called Yarn in Eureka, California. And oh, that's terrible. There we go. It is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina, and it's a sock fingering, and it's definitely more pinky than orangey. It's bright fuchsias. It's called Love Rhodey. This whole line is named after Humboldt County things, and rhodeys are beautiful, big pinky fuchsia flowers and this beautiful gold shiny in it. So all you have to do is go to the group and be a member of the group and go to the thread and tell me what is your favorite outdoor place and what kind of inspirations have you gotten from it. And people are writing the most awesome stuff. I love seeing where people are going outside and what they're doing there, and some beautiful surfing videos and some really beautiful photos. Check it out. Show me where you are. I want to know. I want to know what inspires you in the outdoors. I'm not just inspired for knitting, inspired for anything. Art, some interesting fact about the place. And if I haven't, chatter's welcome, but if I haven't responded to you, it's just because things have been kind of intense lately, and I haven't actually been doing a whole ton of online stuff, but I'm back into it now. With that, I just want to say hi to one member. Thanks for everybody who's telling me all your awesome locations, and hopefully everybody else is enjoying reading about the awesome outdoor locations. And I just wanted to say hi to one member of the group. Hi, Brenda from Cooksville. She is kind of like, she loves the podcast. And is that Tennessee? Or is that Mississippi? Cooksville? It doesn't say, but I just love how enthusiastic she is, and she's always really appreciative. So thanks, Brenda, and hi, and tell your friends. And I want to say hi to everybody, and I just feel really funny because it seems impossible to really be fair and to do it justice and to say hi to everybody. And I know I've mentioned some people more than once and some people not at all, and I just want to say that it's just really great to see you guys all out there joining in, and it's fun to chat with you guys on the threads, and that if I don't do hellos and mentions every single time, it's not because I'm not totally enjoying you guys. I really dig checking out, seeing where you're from and what groups you're in and what you're knitting and what you're watching, and I can't say it enough. I mean, the way progress works is we stand on the backs of giants, and it's just amazing to me how much we can all share with each other and help each other's crafts progress. So thanks, everybody. It's great to see you out there on Ravelry, and it's just really fun to have all the different input and personalities out there sharing. So if I don't say hi to you individually, it's mostly because I just feel like too much pressure with that. But hi, everybody. Every single one of you. It's so much fun to see you. And if I don't personally, I try to at least write back to everybody who writes on the boards. And I love to go out and write on other people's threads. And I don't always expect an answer. So, but I would like to say hi to everybody who does say something on the board. So thanks again. It's super fun. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, so my lips are really dry. I just wanted to share one more thing that I got for Christmas from Mr. Wonderful. This he found at my local yarn shop, and it's awesome because it's made of it's a natural pinion cream of pinion salve. So I don't know if it's from the pitch, the goopy stuff, or if it's from the something derived from the leaf, or like an oil, and coconut and vitamin E, and it's made in Tiknospos, Arizona, and it's sticky, it's really gummy. See that? Kind of makes me think that maybe it's made out of the pitch, but I don't know. And it's just an awesome, I can see why it was in the yarn shop, because when you rub it on, it feels really good. It's an instant pain relief for cuts and stuff that I've put it on. And it's not greasy, but leaves this nice grip. So maybe, if you guys are lucky, I'll do a giveaway with that. Natural Pinion Cream. I'll see if they have a website. I don't know. Love it. And let's see. One more thing before we go outside is that I'm super excited. I'm going on a knitting retreat. And it's Knit Ski Steamboat in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, which is about 6 hours north of where I am. So if Denver is here and I'm down here in southwest Colorado, and I-70 is the big major road that goes east-west across Colorado, it's north of I-70, kind of north and just a little bit west of, or east of where I live. So that should be fun. There's an alpaca tour in Granby, which I don't think I'm going to make, but I might be able to make. And I'm taking, it's great that it's Year of the Sweater, because I'm taking a two full day class with Ann Budd on sweater design, which I just can't wait. I can't wait to take that class and then do all those sweaters. It'll be fun to see how the beatnik shapes up prior to taking that class, and then how all the other sweaters shape up after taking the class. We'll see what I learn. And then also, I'm such a Cat Bordy groupie. Cat Bordy is teaching, she is teaming up with Lucy Neatby to teach 4 days of classes, and Lucy is teaching cuffs, and then Cat Bordy is teaching the sweet tomato heel and toes. And so I'm just taking the 2 days that are Cat Bordy. So maybe she'll sign my book. That'd be fun. So I just wanted to add that if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask the experts, then I can take those questions with me when I go to Steamboat Springs, and perhaps if the instructors have time and want to entertain them, I will ask them. So I will open up a thread on the Art, Science, Nature, Knit Ravelry group, and you can enter your questions there, and I'll gather really good ones and add them to mine and take them with me. The instructors that will be there are Ann Budd, and she's teaching the sweaters class, and Cat Bordy and Lucy Neatby, which are teaching socks, and Galina Kameleva, and she's doing a bunch of Russian lace. So if there's anything on your mind that you think an expert might really be able to address, then present them on the board, and I'll be darned, I'll do my bestest to see if they want to get them answered. So yeah, let me know. So gosh, okay, I've talked your ear off. Let's go outside. I'm gonna go see if the porcupine is still there and the bald eagles are still there. We didn't get great bald eagle footage, but we've heard from several other friends in the neighborhood that they too have been seeing bald eagles around lately. So I think maybe that they're coming south for the winter, and we're it. We are south. You know, we're at 40 degrees latitude. That's pretty far south. So let's go outside. It's nice today. Let's go walk around and see if the porcupine is still in the tree, and see if we see any more mountain lion tracks. So we'll go quick on a finished object field trip, and I'll see you out in the field. I hope you're having a great time, and I hope to podcast definitely before I go on my trip on January 24th. So I'll draw the winner next time, and yeah, thanks again for coming by, and I hope you're getting out in the field. See ya. Bye. Hey everybody! Welcome to Finished Object Field Trip! Yay! So, this is an old finished object, but I just wanted to demonstrate what Zuzu's pedals can do! Woohoo! It's really awesome. Go over the ears, it holds your hat on, gives you a little extra warmth on your ears, and can totally keep the nose warm in the wind. But it's got these great little breathing holes. Not only is it stylish, but it is functional. So, have a look at the wonderful and beautiful For Good hat. Woo! Thanks to Megan Williams of Stockinette Zombies for the gorgeous design. And it was for good. It's very good. And she ka-ching $2,013 for the National Women's Health Network. Support them. They support you. Yeah, I love it. It's a Blue Sky Alpaca Surrey Merino in the earth colorway. It's a little DK or worsted did it on size 6 circulars on the race car needles, you know. High sharps, woo! And the pattern is so fun. I messed it up, and I did instead of making little chevrons on 2 of the rows, I made little sideways diamonds because I did it wrong, but I don't care. I made it a little shorter than the pattern calls for, but man, it's definitely a For Good pattern. I'll tell you what it's good for. It's good for keeping my head warm. It's amazing how it's alpaca. It's light. It's a little itchier than I thought. That must be the merino. But it's warmer and lighter than my bulky hat. Let me show you all my hats. We're out on a ski day. We are out in, here I'll show you around, the same place that we were 2 episodes ago when we were in the episode about the trees. So here we are at Alpine. We're about at tree line. Again, up at about 11,000 feet, maybe just a little more. And let's see, where are we? To the left of that hill, mountain, is the valley that we went up last time, and we were way up there. And I am following this other group of people's ski tracks because I'm still kind of new here, and I've heard the avalanche danger is really high, and this is a fairly low gradient area, but me being new here, and I did talk to an avalanche class down in the parking lot, and they said, yeah, these southeast facing slopes, as it warms up, the snow conditions can get a little heavier and things can slip and move, but stay on the low gradient slopes and stay out from beneath these steeper slopes like the one below that little peak right there, and hopefully everything will be okay. Some places up here have got like 30 inches of snow, and I think there's probably about 18 or 20 right around where we are at here. And yeah, these are the Christmas trees. This is the Christmas tree farm. Joanna Spring. Hi, Joanna from Knit Spin Farm. It's so sweet of you to she said she's never seen alpine. She's never seen conifers, places up in where it's all conifers. She said it looked like a Christmas tree farm. I'll send anybody a Christmas tree if they want one. So yeah, we do grow trees here. This is not really a Christmas tree farm, but I tell you what we do grow. We do grow mountains. Actually, I am not sure if these are still in the process of uplift. So maybe what we're actually growing here is sediment. I don't know. But those are the volcanics from last time, the big chunkies. I'm gonna probably ski down from here, but yeah, here's all the mountains that you saw last time. Covered in snow now. So I think I'll have a wonderful ride down this hill. Way down below you can see the lake. And here comes some people. How fun is that? I don't know them, but that's pretty much what I just did. Oh, they just flew away. Hundreds, look at all the little bush tits. They swarm the feeder. There's 10 at least. We just saw a whole ponderosa pine full of these babies. They're so cute. Okay, listen to this. Crystally. Light. Little ice crystals. Light and fluffy. It will not make a snowball. Show it how it will not make a snowball. It's too cold. Does not stick. Has to be 32 degrees for that. Snow is no doubt beautiful, and there is a lot to say about crystal formation as snowflakes fall from the air, and crystal formation while the snow is on the ground and melts and refreezes, and moisture sources. And I'll link to a couple of awesome Caltech resources online for the science of snowflakes and crystals and frost. But here we have the surface of the snow that melts a little bit in the day and then refreezes at night to form what's called, it's basically frost, and it's called frost hoar, and it forms these crystals, and often it's because the moisture is coming from out of the mass of snow. And here are some other really beautiful examples of that. And the moisture may be coming from the animals breathing out of its little hole, who knows. And then here, the other wonderful thing about snow is you can kind of tell what the temperature is by the shape of the crystals. And here is a snowflake. This is the clump of snow that we picked up from the surface of the snow, showing some flat crystals with hexagonal shapes and some branching, and this basically is indicating snow around 28 or 26 degrees Fahrenheit. And that wonderful Caltech resource has this wonderful diagram showing the different shapes of crystals, how they change with different temperatures. And yeah, that's about all I'm going to say about that. You can check out the resources if you want, but it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, in the center of the frame, in the branches of the tree, you see sort of a circle with a pen tail. Oh, it's moving. That's a porcupine. Way up in this tree. How far up do you think he is? About 20 feet?
Yeah, 20 feet.
See if we can get a better still picture of him, then we'll walk around. I just wanted to get a long shot so we didn't scare him off. We've been seeing this guy here for the last few days, and bald eagles. The bald eagle just flew away, but I think my handy assistant caught a picture of him. So right there in the middle, barely visible, very camouflaged, looks very much like the pine needles, is a little porcupine face. Amazing camouflage.
I think it's porcupine butt.
There he is from the bottom. So we're zoomed in and we're looking at some of these branches that are bare. You can see the lighter parts have been chewed off by the porcupine in lots of places. That's what he's doing. He's just hanging out up there eating bark. But we wonder if it's going to have a major impact on the tree when it goes back, and right now it's dormant, but when spring comes again and it starts to the sap starts to flow, will these be dead branches? We wonder, will they rejuvenate the skin, the bark? Lots of tracks around this tree, but nothing I could see, I could tell was particularly porcupine. There's the fence. Everybody likes to cross at the same place. Maybe they help each other over the deer. I don't know. They want to cross right there. Down in this drainage, the ponderosa pines concentrate in the drainage. Even though it's really dry most of the year, it must be tapping into groundwater. There's the tree where the porcupine is. So well hidden. So well hidden. Looks just like the pine tree.
I think that's why they call it a porcupine.
Porcupine. Very piney. Well, there's our bald eagle tree. We've seen a bald eagle in this tree every single day for the past 3 or 4 days. And we scared him off, flew away. It's always hanging with a couple crows, or 3 or 4 crows. You can hear one crow.
Although